Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Max and today marks the return of 10 things to do in your sketchbook, because I have had this thing for freaking like 3 years now and I'm over it and I want it to leave my life. So if you also want to fill up the rest of a sketchbook, then watch the rest of the video because I'm telling you how to do just that. So the first idea of the video is to do the one color challenge, and full disclaimer, I completely broke all of the rules for this, but you know, it's my sketchbook, I can do what I want, and so can you. So what I've done is I've taken the color orange and I've used all different shades of orange, and I was gonna just do that, but then I ended up kind of forgetting about the challenge and adding a bunch of like green and yellow and red and stuff, so you know, things happen. So what I've got is a collection of motifs that are generally orange, so like a tiger, for example, and the pumpkin as well, and I drew a little character, and I lost the footage for that, unfortunately. But you can use whatever colour you want, and you can use any subjects you want, and just change the colour to be the colour you're using. You could look up the colour on Pinterest and see what comes up, and I like to use a wide range of medias for this, because then I've got access to way more colours, because I've got all my oranges for my pencils and for my pens. I would give this a difficulty rating of 5 because it does take quite a lot of time, and a thickness rating of 1 because you're not really adding anything thick, but you can add some collagey elements. And here is the finished example. The next idea is to fill a page with stylized character portraits, and my face is going to appear multiple times because I need to get close to do the eye details. And by stylized, I mean using unconventional colours, so here I've used kind of like a pink and a purple to do the shading on the skin instead of using like normal skin colours, but I've kept the hair colours the same. You could use random people off of Pinterest for this. It's a good exercise for practicing style and also like proportions and stuff. You can use any medium, but I recommend a medium where you can kind of gradiate the like the darkness, the tone. So like a coloured pencil, I'm using pens just because I've got some really pale colours, so if you've got pale colours then that works too. I would give this one a difficulty rating of 3 because you don't have to match any skin tones realistically, and it's in like a cartoony kind of style, so it's not that hard. And I'd give it a thickness rating of 2 because as you can see I've added these little washi tapes which you can do as well. Here is my finished example. I'm quite happy with it, especially Ace in the middle. And the third idea is good for anyone who's an art student or who's looking to improve their kind of proportions and their portraiture skills. It is to find like a bunch of pictures from anywhere of either people or animals or whatever, and just copy them as accurately as you can in like a tonal medium like biro, or you could do them in colour, but that would take a lot longer and would probably be quite hard. This, as it is, took me hours and hours and hours, but you could use Pinterest, you could use photo albums, photos of your friends, photos of random strangers, photos from like magazines and stuff, literally anything. And if you cram them all together on a page like this and add the funky shapes in between, it actually looks really cool and you get a really cool effect. And you can use different colours other than black. You can use maybe like a pink or a purple biro, and that could look really cool as well. Definitely a difficulty rating of 8 because it's hard and it takes ages, and a thickness rating of 2 again because if you add the paint that can add a little bit more texture to your page. Here is the finished example. The next one is way less technical and a bit more fun. So, you know, you probably have loads of scraps of paper and rubbish and stuff. Stick them all down like this. I've just used my business cards because, like, what else am I going to use them for? And then get a biro or paint if you want, any medium really, and just draw anything. I've made up this weird, like, monster character for some reason. And yeah, you just draw on top of trash, which can be fun, I suppose. Try and use light coloured trash unless you're using really thick dark mediums, because as you can see here, you can't really see what I'm doing. So this was kind of a fail for me, but yeah, whatever. If you like your sketchbook looking neat, you can use kind of regular shapes like I have, and you can give it a border with washi tape like I've done. But I would give this a difficulty rating of 1 because it's literally just sticking trash on a page and drawing over it. It's not that hard. And a thickness rating of 8 because obviously you're sticking loads of stuff down. It's going to add a lot of width and girth to your sketchbook if that's something that you're interested in. But it does depend on the thickness of the materials you're using, so if you don't like the thick sketchbook, then you can just use paper, kind of like I have. Mine's not that thick. Here is the finished example. This next one involves eye details, so you will see my face again. This one is super fun. Basically, just draw your characters in a little scene. If you don't have characters, I would recommend making some characters because it's good, because it's fun. Having characters is actually a really good way of improving your proportions because you've got to like draw them accurately, you know, even if you're not using a reference, which I didn't, but you can. It also helps you with color theory and finding cohesive color schemes, so there's all kinds of benefits here, and it's really fun. Especially at designing their little outfits, that's my favourite bit. You don't have to do it the same as me, but I did a biro outline and then I did a base coat in just pens, like flat colours, and then I used my pencils to add all of the shading and the tonal variation. I will give this a difficulty rating of 6 because it is quite a lot of components that you have to juggle, like I just said, and I'd give it a thickness rating of 1 unless you use like collage for the background maybe, I don't know. Here is the finished example. And the final idea of the day is to do a critical study, and this is super useful for anyone who wants to improve their art because they get to explore a new set of styles and techniques that an artist is using. And this is a critical study of a piece titled Skull Drawing. It's by Alberto Giacometti, who is mainly known for his sculptures, but he did this as well, which I think is pretty cool. But if you do a lot of this at school and think this is kind of a boring idea, you don't have to do like a professional old-timey artist. You could do like a more modern artist in a style that you really like, that could be more kind of stylistic and similar to yours. Or like, it could literally be a YouTuber, like it could be me. You could copy me if you want, I'd be honoured. Just make sure if it is someone who is alive and not that famous that you ask them first, or at least credit them, because it's just good manners. I give this a difficulty of 5 because some could be quite hard and some could be quite easy. This one I found quite easy. And a thickness rating also of 5 because you could do a collage which would be really thick. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments if you did, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!